Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. And good morning or good afternoon everyone. And today we're finally separating the BALFOURI slings. Now for those who are new to the channel, I've bred and produced some BALFOURI slings from 3 females, and today I'm going to show you pretty much post-separation. Now I did not record separating the slings, and the reason why is because it was a huge mess and a lot of undertaking to where I couldn't record it. But anyhow though, I did remove about 90% of the slings, but I did still keep a small number in the female's enclosure. And if you're wondering why I left some slings behind, it's because of 2 reasons. Number 1, they were the smallest in the batch, and number 2, they were not eating too well because the other siblings were taking up all the food. So the ones I separated and taken out are the larger slings and the fatter slings. So I left the smaller ones and the thinner ones behind with the mom, so that way they can eat better and hopefully grow and adapt well. But I couldn't keep all of them together because it will cause overcrowding, competition for food, and a lot of space issues. So I had to separate them. Now of course I could house them to a bigger enclosure, but as I stated before, I am very limited on my space and I'm very picky about how much space I want to use. But I'll show you a bit of my space in a little bit. But anyhow though, I separated most of the slings, about 90% of slings for each enclosure. And as a reminder, before I separated all the slings that we currently have here in this video, I've already wholesaled about 50% to 2/3 of the offspring for each female's enclosure. So while I only get half of the total offspring, or 1/3 of the total offspring for each female's enclosure of her offspring, you have to remember that the total adds up, so there's about 60 to 80 offspring that is left for me to keep, and essentially these are holdbacks. So now we're plus 60 to 80 baby tarantulas here in our collection. I do plan on selling these in the future once I start my tarantula business, that is. So all of these are going to be for holdbacks just for that. And these slings are about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, maybe 1.25 inches. So about 2 to 3 centimeters in leg span. And these slings are worth about $20 to $25 as they currently stand. Now if you search up prices here in the United States, you will see slings of this size for about $35 to $45, and in my opinion, for that size and for that price, it's an absolute ripoff. So I really don't want to encourage inflation, so in my personal opinion, these slings are about $20 to $25 as they currently stand. Now of course as they get larger the prices go up, but still though, I wouldn't really place it that high because I do want to make it affordable too, you know. But anyhow though, I know that you see these enclosures on the ground and you may be like, why am I keeping them on the ground? And there's a reason for that. I have molts that I need to sex because 70% of the molts that you see that's on the shelves, they're not sexed, so I'm too lazy to sex them, but I gotta get them moved so I can actually put those enclosures onto the shelf, so don't worry about that guys. And if you're wondering why my collection seems empty, it's because as I stated earlier, I sold away a lot of my collection. That way I could afford my surgery that I recently just had because I had to pay out of pocket, so there goes some explanation about why you're seeing an empty collection, sort of. Now let us move on, and I really want to show you my Poecilotheria ornata mature male. And this one here that you're seeing is actually another bloodline that I've gotten as a sling that I bought, but this guy's officially matured out. He matured fairly recently, and I have to say, he's a very thin-legged mature male. I do have another mature male from my bloodline, and his legs are pretty stocky in comparison to this guy here. But I'm still looking for more Poecilotheria ornata mature males, so if anybody knows where I can get another one for a loan, I would be happy to take them in, because I could use more bloodlines. So this video may be a bit short, but that's because a lot of things happened to where I didn't have time to record, and some things I did try to record didn't really work out the way I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those unused footage and actually turn them to YouTube shorts for the channel, so that way you get a general idea of what's going on in my collection. So stay tuned for the future of YouTube shorts on this channel from my unused footage. But anyhow though, now I'm going to show you my mature male Poecilotheria ornata from my bloodline. And as you can see, this is my mature male, and as you can see, his legs are a bit more thick than my other bloodline that I've gotten, so it's pretty interesting honestly. They're the same species obviously, but in terms of how they're built, you can kind of see the difference. So despite this guy being very large in leg span, he's very shy, but he is a mature male, and he is looking for a female for a loan. So if you do have a female, by all means feel free to contact me if you want to do a loan for my Poecilotheria ornata mature male here, because he's a big stocky boy. But But anyhow though, I guess I'll call this a video for today, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here on this channel, and also support me on my social medias such as my IG and Patreon, and shout out to my Patreon members such as Kale because they're actually helping keeping my tarantulas fed. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.